Row 1. Text, Notepad window, text editor, editing, blank. Remember, this is not teaching man teacher. It is useful for recalling when exam coming man student. Just close eyes and listen. Based on G scheme for Electronics Engineering Group. Subject, Mechatronics, 17,660. These are mostly important questions which is always repeat, form top. To end it, reduce repeated changes. X question 1 is more important than 2 in notes. And note warning sign that this is not all chapter. Download link is below.
One. Mechatronics Chapter 6. 1. Explain in brief how anti-lock braking system works. ANS. Diagram 2 marks, explanation 2 marks. Diagram. Fig. Anti-lock braking system. Explanation, 2M. Failure of the brake system will almost invariably result in property damage, personal injury, or even death. An ABS allows the driver to maintain steering control under heavy braking by preventing a skid, and allowing the wheel to continue to roll forward and create lateral control, as directed by driver steering inputs. A typical ABS is composed of a central electronic unit, 4 speed sensors, 1 for each wheel, and 2 or more hydraulic valves on the brake circuit. The electronic unit constantly monitors the rotation speed of each wheel. The pulsed output from the wheel speed sensors goes to an electronic controller, which monitors each wheel's speed relative to the speed of the other wheels. As long as the brakes are not being applied, and all of the monitored wheels are rotating at roughly the same speed, the system takes no action. If, however, the brakes are being applied and one or more monitored wheels suddenly begins to reduce speed, indicating a loss of traction with load, the controller then activates the anti-lock system. When it senses that any one of the wheels is rotating slower than the others, it moves the valves to decrease the pressure on the braking circuit, effectively reducing the braking force on that wheel. 2. Mechatronics Chapter 6. 2. Draw block diagram for CNC drilling machine and explain its working. ANS, diagram, any 1, 2 mark, explanation 2 marks. Block diagram consists of the following points. 2M machine tool with DC servo motor as feedback element. The transducer is added as adaptive control application. The auxiliary controller through which the computer can control the machine drives. It is made up of time-based generator, TBG, and analog to digital converter, ADC. The computer for storing the data and performing the NC and AC, adaptive control, programs. Interrupt system takes care of simultaneous running of both programs. Tape reader for reading the 2 programs and NC data tapes. The TBG includes the main clock having pulse frequency of 2.5 MHz. It is used for 3 functions: direct feeding of the control loops, generating interrupt pulses, and generating reference signal for stator and revolvers. The controller is connected to the computer with 3 different lines, namely O interrupt input line, O digital output line, O digital input line. The interrupt pulses are generated by TBG and supplied to computer through inter. 3. Mechatronics Chapter 6. 3. How PLC-based automatic car parking system works. Explain in brief. ANS, Diagram 2 marks, explanation -2 marks, ladder diagram can be optional. Automatic car parking system allow to park maximum numbers of car in parking zone according to size of parking zone. In parking zone, number of vehicle parked in parking zone is less than available parking space, then automated parking system allow entering next car in parking zone. In parking zone, number of vehicle parked in parking zone is equal to available parking space, then automated parking system does not allow enter next car in parking zone. 4. Mechatronics Chapter 6. 4. Explain PLC-based pick and place robot. ANS. Diagram 02M. Explanation. 02M figure above shows the basic form of a pick and place robot unit. The robot has 3 axes about which motion can occur. Rotation in a clockwise or anti-clockwise direction of the unit on its base. Arm extension or contraction and arm up or down. Gripper can open or close. These movements can be actuated by the use of pneumatic cylinders operated by solenoid-controlled valves with limit switches to indicate when a motion is completed. Thus, clockwise rotation of the unit might result from the piston in a cylinder being extended, and the anti-clockwise direction by its retraction. Likewise, the upward movement of the arm might result from the piston in a linear cylinder being extended, and the downward motion from it retracting. The extension of the arm by the piston in another cylinder extending, and its return movement by the piston retracting. The gripper can be opened or closed by the piston in a linear cylinder extending or retracting as shown in Figure B. 5. Give the advantages and disadvantages of CNC-based drilling machine. 2 each. ANS. Advantages. Any 2.01 each. An increase in flexibility. An improvement in the possibilities for correcting errors in part programming. 5. Mechatronics Chapter 6. The possibility of using the computer's peripheral equipment. Tape and tape reads are used only once for resulting improved reliability. CNC is more compatible. CNC can accommodate the conversion of tapes prepared in units of inches to the International Unit System. Disadvantages. Any 2.01 each. Trained staff is required for operation of machine. Part programming can be complicated for different operation to be carried out. The design of machine is complex. The initial cost of investment is very high. The repair and maintenance is complex. Its replacement is difficult. 6. Draw practical ABS system. List any 4 advantages of it. ANS. Diagram 2 MKS. Advantages of ABS system 4 points 2 MKS. It is used to avoid skidding. It requires simple maintenance cares. The oil itself used cools the moving parts of this system. Thus does not require any cooling arrangements. The safety system for automatic checking and cleaning are easy, because of the main parts are screwed. 1. Easy to handle, and manual power required is less. 2. Repairing is easy and also replacement of parts is easy. 6. It allows the driver to maintain the directional stability and control over steering during braking.